All right, let's get things started here. It's YouTube, come on, wake up YouTube, show me what I got. Yes, there we are. Hey everyone, STT here. Happy Friday. Hope everyone has had a good week. Things have been going all right over for me here. Work has been fine. My MRI on Wednesday went well. I have images on a CD, although most modern laptops don't have CD drives anymore. So I haven't been able to look at those images. We'll probably go over them with my ortho next Wednesday. Um, in the meantime, though, we are coming into a long weekend. So I hope people have fun plans. I'm just going to be chilling. We'll probably do some recording of various other games that I've kind of had on the back burner. Who knows? We'll try all that out. But today, we're going to make up for some of the plans that we had on last Friday, where I had wanted to look at several of the visual novels from the Itch.io Queer Bundle this year, and we'll look at one because we did it the whole time. So Hero Tome, very good. I did enjoy that. I still need to see if I can get further along in that. But today we're going to maybe try to hit one or two of the other VNs that I had looked at, or I had considered at least for last week, which were Fetch Quest and Hoping This Finds You Well. Um, in the interest of making sure I hit something I really want to hit in case it goes the whole time, we're going to start with Hoping This Finds You Well, because I am just intrigued by the notion of uh, uh, gay Victorian letter writing. So yeah, we're going to start with this one. I don't know if it's going to take the whole time or not. If it does, I'm glad we started with it. If not, then we will look at Fetch Quest as well. Um, but we're starting with Hoping This Finds You Well, and Windows does not like this. We're going to run anyway. We mostly trust anything we get from Itch.io. I haven't had a problem with anything so far. I haven't seen any reported problems from anything in the Queer Bundle. There's the game log, nice to have, and, oh, okay, let's start with English, of course. Alright. Don't want to worry about the controls here, it's just keyboard, enter space, arrows, escape, control, tab. Hide, oh, we can even take screenshots. Okay, that's fine. 5th of Anti-Spring, 1904. To Dr. Holly Faraday. Wait, are we using historical figures here? Okay, hang on one moment. One moment. Who was Faraday? No, okay, so the historical one I'm thinking was Michael Faraday. Although he was late 1700s, early 1800s. So this is complete, as far as I can tell, fabricated names. Yeah, complete fabricated names. Sorry, that just took me completely out of it when I saw Faraday. I'm a scientist by trade, so seeing Faraday that's a unit. That's a well-known person. Um, sorry, my science brain picked up. I mean, we even got science going on here. Maybe this guy's supposed to be a descendant of Faraday. Most interested. Well, hearty congratulations on the doctorate. Okay. Utterly uncalled for, my friend, and your medical degree was an inevitability. It was that in the face of which we most desire could seem the height of folly to assume, but in some degree this was not luck, but writ in stone. It is merely the logical progression of your efforts and unsurpassed cleverness. Yes, very doting there. What a bold thing you've done, submitting that early draft of your thesis to me out of the blue with what I cannot characterize other than to call it a demand. What is... For the day I had not heard of the name Faraday's with the same strangeness of fate that I assume I shall not be forgetting it anytime soon. Alright, so who's this person who got cold-lettered an entire thesis? Okay, what's up now? I feel that my previous paragraph might come across some of the complaints of a back in a bit of unpleasant pleasantry. A dozen apologies. It's hard to comment on a temperament that breaks with social norms without sarcasm seeming to enter the mix. Response is frank, insistent, and always amusing. It was proved to be awarded self-conscious as I read your writing. This also said that I regard with the highest esteem. I want to say that the name of Faraday rising in the academic world is a singular turn of good fortune for the academic establishment at large. My scientist brain is already going off again. Faraday was, again, a scientist who was well known enough to have a unit of measurement named after him. So the fact that he's saying the name Faraday is rising is, again, we're in 1904 here, not the early 1800s, so But also, this is a medical doctor. He said, you know, if I recall correctly, a medical doctorate, he said. So I view the medical field and the academic field as being slightly separate. I know they're very interlinked, but I view them as, because you go to, at least nowadays, you go to medical school as opposed to like going to graduate school. Like those are two different paths. I don't know. This is a very different that again, back in the day, they weren't nearly as separate. As science was young, everything was intermixed. You had polymaths doing everything. I'm funny that I may have submitted the most esteemed names to my superiors. Between my students and my own external research, I've got a lot of assistants. Often tells me with an assistant professor, you might be getting offer after offer for employment. You might work at the University of Aniatic. Now, is this a reference? I guess just the name drop of Faraday has completely taken me out of Nope. Closest result is Antichrist, which that is clearly not what they are going for. So application is out to you, even if the department's not to your liking, if it's something you'll take your pick of recommendations for the continued career. By joining a candidate, the idea of joining us support, I shall wipe the idea and never again mention it. Pleasing to you, I shall update you on the progress and assist you in beginning your application. I remain, as always, very truly yours, Harold Ludicale. One last check for names. That one definitely does not ring any bells. I can speak. Yeah. Ludicale, nothing. Just the Faraday. That single choice has completely taken me out of like the immersion of the game. I'm like, what else is going on here? MD, okay, doctor. DCL, what is, okay, that I'm not familiar with. What is DCL? No, that's not data control language. Doctor of Civil Law. Okay. What other things? Okay, he also has the regular Doctor of Law. HRF. Okay, hang on. Who is this? That can't be right. Acronym Finder. HRF title? What is... I'm seeing so much from Human Rights Foundation, and that's not what I'm looking for. I can't see what this academic acronym is. Acronym honorific. Let's see what this is. Honorary Research Fellow. Okay. Professor of Supernal Biology. Okay, fine. You can click the stamps to drag letters right and left. Okay. So it's two different times. The letter as it is being written, and the letter as it is being read. Use your mouse wheel or the page up button on your keyboard to scroll back and read the letter passage from a new perspective. Hoping this finds you well. So 9th of Anti-Spring 1904. So if I do... Whoop. Okay. Well, I just received your letter and responded as rapidly as I possibly can. That is true. It's only a few days later. You're linking port for as long as it is to resupply. Oh, okay. Speak of fortune, but I commend my own sense in opening your letter as soon as it was handed to me, and now I hope that my haste will not render my entire response illegible. Okay, he hasn't changed expression. Yes, sometimes not enough to understand me used to be around me. Yeah, was not. I have not dream of entering the establishment. Okay, he's happy to hear. I cannot hope to afford to attend, as times was always a willing press, but you see fit to have me there working alongside giants all the same. Okay. Take that unceasing enthusiasm you have for my work and use it to impress upon your superiors that I will have the job, that I will absolutely not be foiled in my desire for it. They're both smirking. That's a weird smirk. I will demand the kindness once more. This will need to be brief. The captain is calling all hands to return. Expect a long letter to follow. I will write one on the ship. Oh? Oh? Know that I consider you to be and hope that you see in turn as your friend, Polly Faraday, MD. Okay. Next letter. A week later. 19th of spring. My dear Dr. Faraday, I believe that I know it was the past week, but I have news. Could not wait a moment longer to share with you. Oh? The head office conferred and declaring down and scrolling. Trimmed my list of the most proficient since not to strike me as it remained when the list was returned to me. Oh, that's an interesting expression. The most returned to me. I was given the final selection and refused any time for which to deliberate. Okay. You may now choose at your leisure whether you wish to respond to the title of Doctor or Assistant Professor. Okay. Term starts the 2nd of anti-autumn, and I would most please be welcome 2 or 3 weeks early so you may settle and come to know the basics of educating university students. Okay. Await your questions and in time your arrival. Regarding a different matter. Okay. You hope that you are safe. Yes. Don't mean to hover will be like some roaring hen, but since you had mentioned that you are at sea currently, sailing beyond the eastern coast and the canal. Dreadful reports of piracy among the shores. He's like, oh well. He does not care. Revisiting my childhood ignorance for tales of sea and shame burning my face, thinking of how carelessly I enjoyed to hear tales of storm and bloodshed. Oh. Oh? Wait. Oh, he's there? What the heck? Did they not finish that imagery? Something how grisly they might be if they found themselves in the midst of such events. He's thinking you praying was your safe return. Still not back. I'll not vex you too much admit that his life they were genuine superstition that I might rescue from a group of ruffians. Okay, he's smiling. You're an aging man, his little rituals, and I trust that I do remain your friend. Dr. Harold. Yeah, okay. He's... Okay. Okay, he's back. Okay, so it was 9th, 16th, 20th. How's he getting letters on the ship so quickly? Excellent news, even better so I inform you now. I cannot claim to have been untroubled by pirates. Say that I have sound safe when I remain largely below deck, though it does please me to emerge at night. Okay. The farther one sails from the coastline, the less light pollution there is, the greater of the constellations, and all is peace. For the nighttime, the constriction of the skin, a lack of pigment, which typically fools deemed unfashionable. What? The same, I did not take this chance to withdraw. The heck? Why would that? What? I also cannot say anything about aging. Maybe your age is scarcely 7 years my senior. Yeah. What does that compels men in their 30s to call themselves old? I cannot understand. So he's in his 20s. He's in his 30s. Suppose all ages are not youth or freshly married, well considered dead in the water, eh? Any additional seafaring catastrophes, I should hope that reach that age myself in the year I served you. I'm not yet prepared to be bagged and splashed overboard. Okay, so yeah, he's 29, he's like 36. It's all become clear to me. You can only wait until your hair is graying before affecting my dear friend with such libel. Seeing your photograph attached to one of your monographs, and when I shoot the Rosy hue of mature, vigorous state. You've seen nothing short of that, rest assured. Okay, so he's already kind of smitten. Go to the prisoner station, do as you wish, and series my offerings were charms. Since I'm not without hearts of their own, if your local god will put a word with them, I see no reason to do anything but accept it. Okay, now he's blushing. Why is he blushing here and not from the previous message? So with that, your thesis was on the superchemical, okay. Superchemical similarities between shrines, church, and locales where demons and nuts. Oh, that's supposed to be supernatural? And then make a habit. The presupposition that demons and gods belong in single class creatures on new one was impressed by the rigorous data collection. Locales where cataclysms. So he has done his reading. He knows the doctor's stuff. You know, the stuff. Church to register highly on your list, but within the prisons, poorhouses, and battlefields, which were of note. Okay, he's embarrassed. He can tell this guy knows his stuff. Some of your detractors who were between lines pointing out blasphemous. Affirm your findings and mine, and taking my own readings of travel and plan to bring the fruits of my labor along with me. Flattery. The only thesis made me an interest which has passed you by was changing my assistant in current undertakings. Okay, I want to use your old work. You must have one more cross entry of support. That between one is the ocean which presented opportunity that it's in my apartment remains to be good friend Holly Faraday, assistant professor. We're just reading through here. There's not much for me to do, even though it's fun going back and forth. First of mid-spring. Okay, we moved from anti-spring to mid-spring. Are these what we're pretending are months at this point? Dear Professor Holly Faraday. Yeah. Flatter me immensely because I have not already begun to gray in my mid-20s. Oh, nice. Okay, light. Common affliction of the high-stress lifestyle while these aren't in the mood with the regular application of dye. Okay. Measure image of a man, and frequently when a man has been condensed down to words, the mind's eye of another is much kinder to him. Okay. He's reading, being a little self-deprecating here. It's immediately one such kindness. A long way to go to produce either rosy or vigorously manly. I'd like to think that I've still been taken aback by your brilliant mind, flattery. But, being the family whose words, very likely that some bias would have registered the growth of our blossoming friendship. What? Our blossoming friendship. I would welcome any readings you might bring with you. You've seized upon the friendship of my latest work, and though I dare not write about it in the early stages, my current results appear most promising indeed. Besides measuring levels, have you run into any supernatural creatures? Okay. Wager good odds that your results are so superchemical levels rise on the poise of demonic activity, and those reports also tend to come from seedier or more wretched locales. Look at his eyes. He's like... He's almost possessed himself with his research, which, I mean, it's academia. That kind of tracks. That kind of tracks. Where the existence is there, we'll come to as promptly as possible. So are we actually dealing with supernatural stuff in the game? Oh, the stars are moving in the background. I didn't notice that before. That's cool. A good sense keep themselves hidden. I can show that all worship could possibly cause. He's reading it later. That's more of the same blast which the churches have taken such deep issue, yeah? Conjecture between the two of us. Okay. Operating on something that the difference between demon and god is not one of kindness, worthiness, but instead merely one of size. That's an interesting take. Some worshippers of polytheistic religion would be in agreement with me in an acceptable theory to teach. Okay. The Church of Eunomist's followers dismiss so me that other truth is raging arguments, raising some of the school's more affluent and pious donors. He's like, donors. Come with that certain outrage. Just be quiet about it for the fall sign where we shall take it. Especially what is next to be done, keeping us in mind what our research has told us. Okay. I wait your next letter. Your good friend. Harold Ludicia. Oh, I had meant to click that over. Oh, that's nice. He's out on the deck. There is a pirate flag there. And a broken mast. Okay. Simple game, so they've had their own troubles. Why is that a lighthouse in the background? Or is that a lamp hanging from something? That's actually really hard to tell. Gods go from demons, and the demons can be found in unsavory areas. What is the next line of inquiry? That means gods. Market knows how to profit off of it. The charitable touch from them for the attacked and terrorized by demons. We are seekers of truth, are we not? Yes, we are. Not enough data to accomplish anything yet, where we do know why demons seem to draw away as one might expect suffering to occur. Our train of thought is backwards. It might be their genesis. Oh, so where there's suffering, a supernatural being shows up. They're talked about as demons because they're associated with the suffering, but they are grown from suffering because they are there to become gods. And yeah, he's excited by the thought. There's always a supreme deity who has made all. Come from God, and God comes from man. He's contributing to the collection plate. Especially, oh, my phone's going off. That's a spam call. That's a spam call. There's the less noble sentiments which birth such beings. Gods are due to agony, then it paints a very grim picture of our existence. It's not very cynical of you. What? Imagine we were right. This is one of the way that you will bear some fascinating data. Okay. That's not what I was interpreting it as, but sure. I look forward to the research nonetheless. Good friend, Harold Faraday. Comes around and the answer might in fact be wrong. Mylan might be request to answer, and that we may have something so inherently blasphemous that you will balk. You will like your mind to have arrived at the wrong conclusion. Just because you think alike doesn't mean you can't be wrong together. Wild in your way of thinking. For myself, I'm much too clever to have erred. Alright, we're still in spring. We're quite a long ways from autumn. They're really churning out these letters. For being early 1900s, this feels very frequent to me. Most dear and clever Professor Faraday. He's still on the ship. Is it arrogant to know that one is correct? Showing out his millions competence a sign they see clearly. Forgive my trepidation, this little test was necessary, for I have heard my use called unthinkable and wish to ensure that your mind is capable as you both passed my test and alighted upon my motivation. Hold a secret in one's heart and without an answer to hear it reflected back through the words of another. And that's where the double meanings kick in. Scarcely know where to begin, sharing what proof I have with you. Dozens of notebooks. Such a study must be new as in a study, must be wait your arrival. So much more is the pity. After delay. Additional desk and some shelves right now so you will have a workspace of your own. In his office. I on my own. I can do the bulk of my research at home, however, which on an operating theater and adjoining. He's inviting him into his home. So public demonstrations, including occasional sections of cadavers. Private space for somebody to be self-conscious and offer you might need of my. It would be selfish indeed to not offer all you might need of my university. Okay, he's still offering the university office. For a moment, I thought he was saying, "Oh yeah, you can study in my home as well." My thesis, additional field work, involves in strips and waiting for measurements. But it's another step forward entirely to try to outpace the subjects themselves. We're infested with rats. Finding delivery to apply the okay. First, finding an authority to the layman would lack. Why is that making? I'm embarrassed, but even then, I've little off unless I lie and claim that I have a means of removing the demon that plagues people with whom I speak. Yeah, you're not the church person who can do exorcisms. The demons as species. I have increasing deaths that are used. Cruelties are fierce and often cause property damage or even life, and when the police are called, paper is filled with stories of triumphant battles. We're really matched for a trained man with a pistol. Collect more and more tales of subtle demons, erratic small toys, disappearing when I come to call them, and reappearing in their children's cradles later on. That's fast. Okay, this seems to be one-off. Small ring mounds attached to the backs of people's mouths, blowing frigid air on their throats. Ooh, okay. Demons who look in the vanity mirrors ooze miles and miles apart from one another. Okay, yeah, that's a little creepy. What is the authorities? There's a willful lack of research. Cannot validate these claims with my own eyes. Yeah, still scared. That seems to be with the past paragraph. Oops. Oh, wait, sure, we'll save. I didn't mean to do that. But we'll do that. So only this readiness that proved validity. I have been one home at least where we can really double what I've seen top of church altar. Right, he's still just kind of scared. Returning in a week, those readings are much too fascinating to pass. I look forward as ever to your return correspondence and remain as ever your friend, Harold Ludicale. Oh, let me just click that. Post-spring. Okay, when the next month. Harold Ludicale. I know I was right. That wasn't down random, but the ones you stepped in the matter, you really leapt with both feet. Oh, why is that? Tired, whatever. Fiction by chance, there's many a morality play that would discourage you from such rash exploration of a home. Yes. When telling you suddenly grisly demise, I would be quite upset. He's like, we're fine. Oh, I can click again. People of self-defense, I'm no scandal, but having my time blackening. I have one or two obnoxious pyres and could my fists to work. This little demon, I must say. It was not coward to speak those things of his to yourself. Chief among the mysteries before me, the one I wish much to unravel is that of your preferences. What kind of preferences? Oh, stop, pause. To drink, I may clarify. Man of refined palate, whereas I cannot tell a sherry from I don't have time to list more than one, even for the sake of displaying my ignorance. To the sea, spirits was about a pastime and a source of nutrition. Okay, they want to go drinking together. Rum, but her wife... Oh, the captain is female and has a wife. Okay, I mean, that is actually somewhat historically accurate. That's kind of where the early badass lesbians were, you know, the seafaring pirate types. Necessary to produce it. Through several tricks when able to preserve plants for long periods and fresh use so much freedom. With chemistry when I was quite young. The captain of the ship? How long have you been with this ship, buddy? I long for dry land, but one of the rare things I miss when I'm away. So I might have sampled aged sherries or some form of dessert where wines are the vogue in kind of rum and ice wines and ciders. I need to steal a bottle from them to bring as a gift. We missed for what goes around comes around, as they say. Remind the youth so only leap into the fray with demons. Exercise caution. Local surgeons in order to remove them from the afflicted are ghastly and intolerable. Yeah, surgeons at the time, again, were also like clerics. Whatever else not. Maybe familiar with a man's body parts and armor and eye, reading with an entity. Fundamentally horrific one. He's reading up on something now. I should maybe be following the environmental storytelling a bit more. Keep that injustice, citizen, and partial telling tales. Mixes thus remain caution. And I shall remain your anxious friend, Holly Faraday. He's still just kind of reading up on stuff over there. Oh, wait, alright. So I am a simulation where you have been a no completion right, your some small word that you're still will justice to this current boost of insecurity. So he's not there. The letter's on the table. The recent stimulator, I loathe dishonesty, which I wish to warn you that I will omit some of the details from this account. I watched the Black Death sink a naval frigate. So he's writing on a ship called the Black Death. No. That's a known pirate ship, and maybe he's on something else, and the pirates took down Navy. Armed guns, cannons, scored an excellent shot in the midst of the death and oils. Lacked in speed, and what it had in defense, it lacked in range. Yeah, we're not going to get the professor here. Infancy, with the clumping floating out of rats. Far too much for me, yes. Escaped our attacker, we lost a gunner. He was a friend, and as long as the men on deck made the ship felt too quiet in her absence, he's right back soon. Anxious and sad friend, Harley Faraday. Okay. Okay. Who has been lost, I cannot fathom, sorry, not return. You will nothing could offend me so much as the press finance. You will explain the matter at once. He's still not there. Harley Faraday, hopes to continue first assistant first. Yes. But get another one from him. Don't tell me unless I draw no conclusion that I am being ignored. Okay, he's anti-summer. Okay, we've gone going silence. I mean, he's just not there. Right at once, Holly Faraday. 20th. I mean, then in mid-spring, my mind was the most, and I'm promised lawfulness helpless to resist pursuing. Yep, you're an academic. Are you? Okay, he gets it though. So in hopes, well, his grand won't take some time. Pass. Human body is too complex. Not supernatural. Built from the ground up, fashioning the first blade. I am ahead of myself. And I am well not consumed some demon is plain by the existence of this letter. Okay. With you enclosed volume. It is a favorite. Oh, volume? I don't see a book. He doesn't open it. It's a special meaning to me alone. The product of youthfulness on his. In church, it is so fashionable to make small offerings to me, and as thus I place this precious token on the altar of our friendship. Okay, but I don't see him with a book. Seafaring Tale. Continue to wish to uphold. Empty days when said, please take these words, for I have not penned, but have penned me. Scoff, tell me to roll your eyes, and I am forgiven. I thought that was a little distraction. Imagine them to be the importance with which you imbued them. It's a mistake a second time. There are times when my research can be withdrawn for weeks. Assistance regarding my classes. Self-control may rank among the virtues. When there are secrets such as I'm listening, I cannot speak toward any desire with most of their pursuits. Something is not a lack of esteem and truth. You and others seem to benefit a great deal from what I may learn. Okay. Should I beg? Do not waste your hopes and time exhaustless. Be prepared for the term begins. Only colleagues I shall understand why, but from part I indeed do remain your friend. Oh, hang on, that went. Alright, so hang on, let's click every one of these. But for my part, I do remain your friend. Okay, that hasn't changed. Oh, I did the click again. Code Ludicale. Okay. Alright. You great and incomprehensible. Of course, I will forgive you. Alright, hang on. I need to see. Hang on. Oh, I can't even click over. Great your ass. Of course, I will forget. Oh, it hasn't. Okay. The slight is very little in comparison with the feels that you had indeed perished. More else, it is better to be enraged than afraid. Taking it as a trite too far. Not that you didn't deserve it. You said you conduct yourself? Soon dislodging your head from your posterior. Ah, I wish I were going to stay upset with you, but the emotion is fleeting. Your letter's too earnest. The artifice used to twist through my manners into words, I suppose. You will write once a month. He's the junior here, and he's demanding to be written to once a month. I am a buffoon obsessed with work, H. I shall content myself with that. Which I'm contented. You in the land of the living. Such an acronym can be called living. My friend, and I remain your friend, Holly Fair. P.S. You have a nickname. With all respect to you, I must call you ass if not given a suitable alternative. No. Postmarked March 9th of Midsummer. I'm a foodie and obsessed with work. H. He's like, oh, jeez. You didn't even give the PS. Give him a nickname. A jest. I assure you, a jest. Okay, he's in a saloon now. So writing a proper letter, I will stand again when the sign calls for to complete this letter. Formal establishment and not the place for first names, let alone terms of endearment. Oh, okay. My friends call me Harry, and I implore you to do the same. Does Holly have a short form or Lee, perhaps? But I will wait and hear back from you. It's not something I would do. Lying awake seems probably for most of all. Holly might be shortened. My condolences for the death of your crewmate. She was a friend. From your letters, I gather she was in your home for much of your life. How long have you known? There's some difference between loss of an old friend and of a new friend, but one respect of such close quarters, I see. You also mentioned that drink was a popular pastime. Captain's wife was something of a brewer. I wasn't raised from a smaller town. Little of the way of entertainment beyond his sermons each week. Small stills and being to be found there as well. Quiet seemed to be eating at the club, even at the club, to one of the bars of my youth. There was a certain rough charm of a game of young boys, attempting to drink their weight in whatever swill was available at the time. The young terror, the better. Accent comes out after my third drink. And that was the day I limited myself to 2 in an evening. Mustn't have too much of a good thing. To bring on a battle, I will happily partake of 2 full glasses. The bar is on my mind because I will be visiting one tomorrow to take readings. Okay. My current pursuit included places of debauchery, then a place that ensnares victims through the lure of drink would be a promising locale. Effective course, I made contact with the owner of the bar right away. She was paid for her efforts and was be forced to stay for an entire evening in the wretched place, but one must take pains along the path to truth. No, he's joking. He's not worried. Remain, as always, your friend, Harry Ludicale. You spoke us not 2 days ago, and when he inquired certain details of your life, I wasn't even know the name of your vessel. Oops. To a post box on the southeast coast, but that is the extent of my knowledge. Extraordinarily quick vessel located along the Middle Sea. Quick and close to outplace the Black Death. Good-natured jokes of you being a member of the Dread crew, so please don't need to clear your name, or the staff will be quite disappointed when you emerge from trade trip both eyes and legs intact. P.S. Were you a parrot? I should quite like to meet her. Yeah, we saw the pirate ship and the busted mast earlier. Right, he's writing back. Surprisingly jovial, Harry. Hey, it is not. So I disappoint you, but my nickname is worthy repeating. They call me several things on the ship. But in this profession, I'm sure it would pretty much treat with the same casual, sisterly teasing, if that's all the same. Largely female crew, then. But the modern post from my adopted mother has mentioned several times. Okay. Sparing the moment of what is instead, I would always prefer to look toward what shall be. I do not own a parrot, but your seasonally minded should be pleased that one of our crew does indeed have one. As well as he was investments. Some creatures which seem to enjoy the travel. Yeah, he's an adoptive child on a pirate ship. Okay. Who train their birds to pick up the locks of their cages and fly home to ship. Sold several times. Wait, this is fraud. This is fraud. Sometimes the master's a sign of singular sweetness. Not only by the rich, the awful thing treats all others. Everyone was loyal to you until Timmy left me outside of it. Morgan enters the matter. My ship showed 2 gentlemen, Mr. Spitz and Nick Shade, come and go every few years, working for their passions together. So he seems to remember the fair folk, and can be seen throwing back his head, laughing at some terribly unamusing joke. Alright, so we now have confirmation of elves in this universe. Poor worker, if he were able to sit still. Besides something, help with something, the captain keeps him busy, while Shade to my best take in the properties of a liquid and lays about the ship as casual as you please. But they spring into action to work together. Some marionette, they do not come to life without the will, but on difficulty astonishing expressions, my own poor eyesight. Plus I get this... You need better glasses! Voices have a depth of little tells and the quiet little under tennis. This is not love that I have never seen one of. Okay. Known real true love myself, my adoptive parents are distinguishing blatant. Always significantly proud of the other, even when she's done is objectively quite ordinary. Such joy in the mediocre, but is loathsome and obnoxious to me on the outside of it. As I said before, there's a parrot aboard at the moment, and she wasn't screaming. She does as well as screaming of others. Hang on, I need to see. Oh, he didn't seem to react to that one. Oh, he did. So I've said before, there's a parrot aboard at the moment. Okay, so they actually do have different perks as you scroll through. I just assumed this had the same picture on every paragraph that you went through, but they do have some interesting individual perks. Raising crest would be the same as a wide screaming cry of joy. We have no cats to make short work of the creature, for the captain will not have her on the ship. First part, the Christian birds made friends with the overabundance of rats in our hole. Oh no. Bad parrot. The rats and the birds are smart in case they will give a chitting cry. Captain always praises the bird for the little trick, while the bird will not consent to being petted. It does seem to enjoy the acknowledgement. It's like, that's, it's not to make it happy from time to time. Your friend without nickname, Holly Faraday. He is totally like the kidnapped kid on a pirate ship. How he was able to get that full thesis sent out and whatever is impressive, I guess. 1 month will start of the term. I will your arrival or your letter within the next 2 weeks. When you make port, send one off by evening mail. Mail is collected thrice daily in Aniatek, and so will reach me very quickly at our leisure. I'm able to find lodgings yet. The department chair mentioned that you've written to him asking if there are any apartments. Cut a deal on lodgings. If you're in need of a financial assistance, please do not overlook myself as a source of aid. I have my own house and it has guest rooms. Okay, he's now, yes, fully being invited in. You may stay for as long as you require, which of your paycheck in hand, so that finding permanent rooming will be no difficulty for you at all. It's utterly charming, and with a light edit or two, you might want to keep it ready for staff events. Days out of chocolate and coffee. What an intelligent beast. Ooh, reach out to Toshi who loves his current master. Ooh. God, but deeply saddened one's soul. There's no enough to make me wish they were one of those criminal birds of which you spoke. Hang on. Better to be a scoundrel than alone. Okay, but I assume there's nothing to be done and just hope that a new home will dote upon it just the same. Truly people of an ungendered persuasion aboard your ship, tell me about them. I'm an oppressive, but the public here has not quite figured out its feelings. General social consensus is that much like one suffers, if I partake of the whole service place in front of you, as women, unless it would be the height of ingratitude to manage not wear the trousers and titles so graciously bequeathed to him. That's by society. I myself have a friend from a religious home who was fortunate enough to not have been disinherited, as some are, upon masculine terminology. He is quite missed being treated as a lady, but I heard of others who, in all respect, were revoked for such greed. People who live openly in the usual classifications, but it's the careful, androgynous line they tread. Has decided they should live without the benefits of either. That's sad. And none of the downsides of gender, they must also renounce any benefits. My attempts to argue against that perspective, it does vex me so. It does, however, vex me in private, and these are thoughts deeply unfashionable. Considered omitting this bit of letter writing, but I will put my faith in your discretion once more. Difficult to remain in low spirits. Your arrival shall occur within a month. I've made a list of restaurants and gardens which might be of interest to you. Had I been at sea for months, I would want a chance to stretch my legs. Several which are lovely in the evenings. Perishables are only appropriate for women. Others, there are many gardens that are flush with bright flowers. Cold City, prepared winter wardrobe, southern coasts, yeah, their first snowfall, see your face, lie with a novel, wonderful experience. Please forgive my meandering, you may react as you please to whatever you please. I'm far too overeager to share the city with you. How much do you want to share? I must cut this letter short lest my eagerness embarrass me still further. Yours, Harry Luticale. P.S. Would you ever take me to a distiller of rum? Proud of her work. Your mother has made me friend beverages, and what of shows? Music halls. Opera is much more refined. Oh, he's just going on and on. He's excited. Soprano who has joined this past year, a voice strong but light, this 2 tickets instead of 1. It's a date! Okay. My exuberant friend, procure the 2nd ticket and address your next letter to this inn. The landfall will be last for the term. Maybe with the Adelbrain department chair, I suppose it is working out, but would be obliged to make use of your guest room for the next 1 or 2 weeks. An invisible flatmate, the finest something outside unless you decide that you wish to. Much of this will be the longest letter yet. Save it all when you're face to face. I'll send this out post haste. Post haste, wordplay, or simply literal. Response to you as soon as tomorrow. Extremely close friend, Holly Faraday. Make assumptions. This is merely wordplay. See, words fail. See you soon. Hang on. Oh, okay. So I actually. Yeah, he's having trouble. Yes, sexually close friend is literal and figurative, and the post is now, frankly, much too slow. I've sent the owner up with this letter. Closer than you may have considered. Harry. Okay. Oh, who's this? And to the professors, I'm coming to write to my staff with your regular schedules and prudent twos. My complaint in writing. Unbearable. I come from a meaner stock than most of the scholars here, but I scarcely expected that you would have truly employed an absolute nobody like this. What? Uh-oh. That's rude. Something like you had found unusually during Bushellian Ohio, but from his mouth came the most creative and disgusting curses. Something for Elizabeth with a colorful increment that the book cart's mother attempted to fit an animal considerations. Unless I remember mistaken, book carts lack. Oh, good lord, you are far too stuck up, sir. Like imagine obnoxious, but what goes on in the tale is that apparently he has given no less than 3 failing grades to the labs and papers of one Withersby Whitehall. Oh, there's a favored student here. Uh-oh. And young Witherby's father's father's father. Did you have just said great-grandfather? Their long-standing lavish and their long-standing appreciation of one another. So the student will show a little kindness to others who shown grades must be given a charitable bit of grace in the future. Refrain from comparing students to things that include, but are not limited to, slow mammals, characters from children's rhymes, inanimate objects. Self-gratification. If I may say frankly, Luticale, for the god's sake, man, get your assistant in order. Your research is promising, and all the more so with him by your side, but you have tenure, he does not. Yours. Okay, he hasn't changed expression at all. Professor Simon Beaconsfield, chair of biology. Okay. Alright, we're a few months in now. Harry. Thank you all you've done for me this year. So I did the department chair and I was just my money. This flourishes here. My efforts have a considerable difference. But without your initial intuition, I know that I would not have made it. Indeed. How do you function so well? How do you persist and manage to smile in the faces of all these simpering twits? My home ship may not be a little pile of rats, but at least rats do not lie to you. It may have been loud, but it shouted it had little guile. Okay, the city nor the ship suit me, but it's in the walls of your home that I feel most at ease. You're a bit of a stuffed shirt. You care far, far too much about what other people think. And keep a cork in the front of that energy and zest you have for life. Taste for the opera, but then I've never known what they write them in languages I understood. Or thought to make better and whisper comments and make jokes. To watch them with the comments and them sharp tongue prepare you to enjoy all your favorite things. See that once you made a misstep in public, and that shame that I feel is a compound when I realize that I have shamed you as well, but you realize your social prowess to steer me safely through the ire of those who would hold a grudge. Test me only a little for my missteps. On the ship, shipmates are not as gentle. Yeah, they will wish to thank you, not only that I wish you would accompany me to dinner. We'll be dining together sometimes, and you hardly bat an eye at the cost of dinner, which I purchase. For my own expense, it is nothing fancy, but there is a comfortable pub, and I will break your little rule from you and tell you sound like after a... Hear what you sound like after a third drink. The esteem I harbor for you is immense, both for your mind and I am bold today for you as a man. I feel as though I have known you for ages, but still there's much to know that I do not know and will come to know better. Yours, gratitude and affection, Holly. Oh, okay. Private logbook. 1st of midwinter, New Year's Day. What have I done now? Okay. Shit. Oh, is that where it ends? Based, okay. Built in Renpai, okay. Prequel to The Case of the Serialized Killer on Steam. What? Available now. Okay, I'm gonna have to look that up. Case of the Serialized Killer. Okay, now we get the end scroll for that. Alright, hang on a minute. I am going to... Oh, that's not what I wanted to click. There we go. That was Outlook. You don't need to see my Outlook. Alright, let's see here. Also free, but it has an art book with it. It's just, okay, it's free to play. Mysticism and mystery as this disgraced demonologist. You're tasked with solving their murder in a point-and-click visual novel. Faraday. Okay. Let's just... Point-and-click adventure. Okay. I'm not the only killer here tonight. Okay. Interesting. Wired disgraced. Rather with most of his career. I'm curious as to what happens between let's see, I need to, you know what? We'll add to library. Why not? Okay. It is added. What happened between this night, New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, and how he got to be disgraced. That is a curious jump there. But we will, so that was just basically a click-through story, which was kind of cute and funny. I was expecting, yeah, I was expecting more gameplay from that. But if it was a prequel, you know, it was cute. Let's go into now Fetch Quest. So there's a choice guide here. Do I want to look at the choice guide? Creator commentary. What's this choice guide? I'm peeking. I'm peeking at the stuff. We'll avoid. Will either avoid or trigger a stupid AI assistant. Close. Or increase either. Oh, good lord! Adobe's. So we've got affection stats, so we can interact with. First person influenza dog and have no effect. So there's a neutral route, a Todd route, a Connor route, bad endings. Obvious and easy to avoid. Okay, I won't even pay much attention to that. Let's go in and play it. I totally forget what the premise of Fetch Quest is. Let's start. You want my resume? Found myself at a shady pub in a small village. Terrible pub. You're here for a job. I didn't say anything about a resume. It just said, need gold fast, adventurers wanted. Contact info in big bold letters. Don't want to get too wordy. I'm big on reading. To the only other two patrons in the bar. The man with glasses grins enthusiastically, while the man in chainmail gives you a curt nod. Wait, did they bring resumes? Of course, who's to bring a resume to a job interview? Demonstration pounds just before you arrived. See you and miss? I'm always up for an encore. Flamboyant wink. Wait. How? Wait. Fourth wall breaking. Charmingly flamboyant wink. Air quotes. Okay, hang on. With the narrator, we're not going to get anywhere. Stops complaining about the perfectly fine narration. So I need to see what I'm working with. He slides you a napkin and quill. Adventure-like things you can bring to the table. Oh wait, so you're Flora? Alright, let me just go over these. Complete with cover letter. Abilities and skills. Connor, your relevant skills are shine like a torch, detect magic, and ignite things that are flammable, most which are less than helpful. Like with a match? No, with magic! He is embarrassed as he should be, considering his usefulness is equal to the two sticks being rubbed together. Okay, now he doesn't like the narrator. With the power of prayer and a first aid kit. That'll probably come in handy. Chainmail shirt. Sword. He does not have a sword. Couldn't afford one after buying the chainmail. The bartender tosses the rest of the resume in the trash. Riveting performance of your own talents, which seem to be tell which way is north, throw your voice, sleight of hand tricks, levitate things up to 5 pounds, so mage hand, basically. Of a mediocre street magician. That last one might be pretty useful. Your gracious attempt to goes one ear and out the other. His own shortcomings anyway. Oh, he's a himbo. Confuse me from sleeping by playing my instrument. Your instrument is a kazoo. Your early attempts at kindness. Todd looks offended. No way to the watch seems to be fighting back a grin. Your own skills on. Your skills are bluffing, sneaking, trap detection and disarming, and lockpicking. Sure, someone has answered. Some of my skills are above theirs. She was given more to work with. Well, let me see your character sheet. Did what Dan told. Who's Dan? Out of character discussion. You know, higher level in life. Give more to work with by the gods or something. I see what you mean now. Fate is cruel like that. Todd pouts and Connor will sighs over them. Just to go home. It's up to her, so stop whining. You want their help? I could use the company. I'm an excellent conversationalist. Just for a bigger cut of the gold, you know. I'm glad you didn't, thanks. Job I have. Shipment I was expecting went missing. Trade town, like what dispatching to retrieve the shipment and bring it back to me within the next 2 days. Deals off. Harsh deadline, even so soon. Figure I'm selling the shipment too. He's skittish. Sketchy, I'm selling for. Irrelevant! Irrelevant! Police. Yeah. Connor's the story setting. Fantasy. Oh, lordy. What's the word for it? City Watch. Yeah, that. Thinking of a word himself. Ah, them. They're super busy. You shouldn't go over them for help either. Busy with what? In case we're cutting close to last day, we could meet you there. Group of bandits, steal back what they stole and bring it to me before the time limit. Pointing at Todd. Cut out and meet my guy. He doesn't like new people. He gets stabby. It's the best for everyone involved. Okay. Technically am leader. Sure. We'll play nice. We'll definitely find it. You can count on us. Bartender grins slyly. Maybe it's part of the fun. Now he's out of character. Alright, we'll get to take the job. Search tomorrow. Look if you've got 3 rooms available for the night. How generous of you. Surely an unwanted embrace. Let's drink. Was the street before? Village burned down with all my stuff in it. My sick little brother. He'd probably die, but I need my stuff. Couldn't do my acting more because, you know, your stuff. We got it. You can ride a bike. None of your motivations. It's called characterization. I'm sure Flora gets it. Your story certainly was... We're being kind here. Entertaining. Can't tell if he's joking or not. That's not what I'm only teasing. Chainmail shirt, which thought out backstory. Master was struck by a falling tree. So my master must have been a heretic. Orphaned. Glimmer of a single tear in Connor's eye. It's more interesting than I thought he would be. I must be as well. Cast him out for heresy by association. Meaning life again. You have practiced all of that. There's plenty of meaning in my life. I'm sure you'll be fine. You can do it. Alright, moving. We'll call it. Thought I might be overselling it. Because you played along. Yeah, I played along. Whatever that was. My father. Locksmiths. Decent. Everyone has something they want to protect. Also had a knack for creating dangerous traps. Okay. Everything he knew. Okay. Clientele became more and more sinister. Didn't care who it was, as long as he would serve them. Dot. Dot, 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 dot. No. Whatever, Dad, and ran away. Now I steal things. Confused by your abrupt. Some bad people for justice. A little of this, a little of that. That's noble view, I think. Notorious conman. The backstory I came up with. Get up when I want to get up. She's an early riser, I think. Positive the town crier. You're fake in via the narrator. As you enter the tavern. Sit down behind the bar. The worst people always are. Morning, what are you up to? So lumpy and itchy. Wait, we said it was a bad inn earlier. Goodies this bartender is hiding. Indulgent looking coffee. Whipped cream. Nope, you just have a bunch of coffee and syrups back here. It's delicious, just how I like it. Specifically for you. You know, you didn't order coffee in the story. Dumb lizard brain is good at. This doesn't seem to like me much. You have to cover Todd's shift tomorrow morning. Yeah, this is just a group of friends at a D&D table. You should stop being a brat. Fair enough. No sign of Connor. Start without him. What do you plan on doing? That is another spam call. Go away. Head out into town. Alright, so we're missing out on Connor at the moment. I'm more pleased to be out and about. Oh, I want to fast and get in front of open like this. I'll be shouting in the streets. Join the bandits! What luck. Couples frolicking around town on dates ain't what I'm looking for. We're not a couple. World-class assassin. And he's my... manservant. People thought it sounded better than brother. My lady. You deign to introduce me. And if he has to go where you go, even though the gates of hell, yes, he can come too. Howard has with flyers. You look it over. Hesitate to leave Connor behind if you let him. Maybe you've been all morning. Wasn't expecting that. Maybe give you an omelet after all. Let's hear some of the information. Food drawings, stick figures for the reading impaired. Password to get in, which is password. Bothersomely vague, dismissive answer. Oh, you know, politics. Quentin sips his coffee. Maybe not, customers are trying to guess other people's passwords. Should we do storm the hideout and take the shipment back? Kazoo badly. I play beautifully. Three or four stay here is beautiful. We don't storm them, we join them. They would collect information, find the item, steal from under the nose. That should be easy enough. Okay, work Flora, just make the best option. Okay. Run down in some tent in the woods. You should be the most talking. I want to do stuff. Bards are good at bluffing too, you know. What kind of trouble if you talk to them? Okay, behind the door. Password? Password. You know where you want. Carl Crasher. These are my companions. Bob Basher. Steve Smasher. Crime. Come on, real bandit names. Come on in. Oh, lovely. What are bandits? I'll give you an interview. The bandit in full now, he's a large, menacing man with a mustache and a scar across his face. It's definitely not what I'm seeing. I'm clearly a different person. The bandit recruiter strokes his mustache. Nope, still not saying this. Does not need to because he's in fact a different person. Interview question 1. Bob. Horseback the man traveling the other way, such as sir, what's 36 times 16? Pop quiz, what's your response? Excuse me, I'm definitely right. Who's giving the interview here? You're selling a stolen horse for 5 gold, 18 silver. Then it gives you 1 platinum. How much change do you give him back? Well, if you're a bandit, none. Take's going to keep the horse. Correct. Is that really quickly? You never said these were trick questions. They would be triggers if I told you, would they? By going first. Last question. Blew your chance, Steve. Only to decide your ranks. Already hired? We're Lord Manpower if you could do that. Wouldn't have tried so hard. Blue! Might have phoned that one in. Purple. Correct. Includes the interview. We work together as a 3-man team. The lower moral standards and wouldn't hesitate to screw up others for your own gain. Management material. You're the supervisor. That's someone recognizes my talent. Some hesitation. You're assistant supervisor. You see the secretary at a glance. Second in command, much like co-supervisor. You seem lazy. Don't know if I trust you to supervise alone. Bob. A nerd. You'll be the grunt. You report to the other two. Oh, Connor. Role-playing as a medieval bandit. I'm gonna talk about that as why you're a grunt, Steve. Here's Steve. Anyway, here are your employee handbooks. Sign where marked. Bandits have to check on you later. Busy work time. Bandits tend to use small words. Words, not worlds. I can speak. Returns and collects your paperwork and dismisses you. Room to stay in. You have free time. Split up and look for information. Water cooler talk. Upstairs to the infirmary. Floor for locked doors or possible traps. Single locked door in the whole hideout. We're gonna go to Connor first this time. Food poisoning. Don't eat the chicken nuggets, by the way. Chicken nuggets! Can't get much of them from all the puking. No, which is strange. That's even more odd. And it was pretty thorough stuff. They keep so much paperwork, but not keep any of the records. Keeping those. Tell us about anything I've heard toward the mess hall. Has Todd found a secret passage? Stretch of blank wall. Okay, no. He rolled high perception and you didn't. Or he has high passive perception and you don't. There's probably a reason this wall was brought to your attention. Flammable. We're gonna say it's magic. Door. I forgot I could do that. It's locked. Floor, can you pick it? Oh, it's a library! Bandits with a very nice library. Any particular order. Catchphrases to shout at adventurers in battle. God, I cannot speak tonight. Patrol boots and how not to become the target of stealth attacks. Shows him grabbing more. Looks up to wander. Julian is wrapped in something warm. Connor's cloak. More pleased with this cliche than you probably should be. Oh. Smart untangles himself. You're awake. Found what you're looking for. Notorious Nicknames Volume 2. Missing body parts. Just reading needs to pass the time. You look cute sleeping. He's embarrassed at the slightest bit of praise. And here's what I found. Stefan holds it up. Stolen goods coming and going out of the hideout. Somewhere in town. Storehouse. Tease him. Victory hug! Not away from you, but I don't know about where the storehouse is. One which selects you in order to prevent information leaks. Leave the library. Rostly drinking and gambling with the other bandits. Yeah, return to your rooms. Stolen goods storehouse. Unlikely to find it by chance. Follow them, interrogate them. On thug duty and have given the minimum of gold to steal by the end of the day. It's against my alignment. So what? It's not against mine. What about you, Flora? I do like seeing what's my personal code to steal from innocence. As if having morals is something to be sorry for. We have to find some other way to make money. You're gonna quickly make money. Offer your service on the streets. That seems more likely than gambling. That's not what I meant. Love Connor, heal the sick. Clean mine wounds for gold. Yeah, it's not doing very well. Mall kiosk workers. Mom. You don't look very legitimate. Maybe the weary because of that. You don't have. Wait. Did they say weary when they meant wary? Oh, that's some big typos there. It's because you don't have any showmanship. Miracles of Melvin the Magnificent. And with a single prayer session for the low price of gold, I was granted a miracle of sight. Not be very good. You're wearing glasses. I don't like him very much. I only half healed him. He's off of fashion. Moving on. I should. Make something shiny? Sure. Radiating golden lights. You get the idea. Have to have it. I'm calling it. Scuffle. And he'll sign it to whoever the opportunist. Lovely. Surprising number of marriage proposals. Fun, even though we're all... More something bothering you. We didn't get any items, though. I think checking on the storehouse of valuable items, not gold. Bathite, some fantastic to you. Liberated from our less generous patrons. Stuff. Made sure he was evil first. The guy cut in line in front of some sick peasant girl he was asking for. Conflicted. Hopefully this will work. Town goal for your first day. Shop up to the lot in high school. Kind of nervous and Todd getting bored. Good line to make it seem valuable. He could kill a dragon. Let alone a man. Fairness, I can tell if you're infamous. Get it, and take it to the storehouse. Thanks. We've now spent an entire day, and we had a 2-day limit for our original quest. Keep yourselves hidden. Glowing stones, nice. Your trail from further behind. Watching the door, heads back in the direction of the hideout. Combination locks, username and password. Same password of the hideout. They probably didn't change anything, it's probably just admin. Click, it's open. Enter the storehouse. Tantalizingly valuable looking items. I like they're using this music though. As I say so. Touch things. To keep on babysitter. It's a trap. Those are notes as well. I guess we shouldn't look up. Can't tell me what to do. Sign. I think we're going to tell them to not look up and they're going to do it anyway. Way less fun without you four. Look straight at the ceiling. You were right. I'm sorry, signed. It probably just says gullible on it. Page toward the back. Don't open that one though. Shivering slightly. Drool is leaking from its lid. Definitely not a mimic. Guns disappointment as you pass by it and open the 2 remaining crates. So the real treasure was the friends inside you all along. Which one do you think it is? I mean, the bartender had coffee. The bartender did have a lot of coffee. Wait, Dan loves coffee, you're probably right. The bartender did have a lot of coffee. It's dark. Your eyes feel heavy. Closest to the team in the other. Okay, jealous. Alright. It's totally what he's doing. Got your hands, clap your hands. Kick the mimic at him. Stops playing. A lot stronger fighting off you and the mimic. Okay. Trying to eat us, but he finally is gripped. Alright, geez, you win. Pass. Pretty sure you were having fun. I'm fine. I'm actually fighting! Not coming with us. Now what? Something else in the storehouse. That's right. The band's catching you are never heard from again. Oh. The gods are cruel. Play an evil campaign. It's Flora's first game. You're supposed to this would run more smoothly. Both of you to blame. Have fun, I promise. So you could cover your own too. It's not what I work. Thanks to a certain someone. I asked you to cover my shifts. Okay. Stop worrying about you. Promise, didn't I? Keep with a straight face. Oh, get all flustered with his payback. Do something like this. Oh. It might work. Cute. I wonder if there's a way so that you're like not in either person's bad side. But there were only like 3 choices to pick one or the other, so you're going to prefer one over the other by default. I'm not curious. Let's go back up. Now that we've played through it, let's look at the choice guide. In full detail here. Neutral end, feeling the final choice in either Connor or Taj is low when finding answers. The first 3 choices don't affect the endings, and are there for you to know about Todd and Connor. So this is the neutral route. You've reached the neutral ending. In order to get Todd's ending, explore before finding. Okay, there's actually some more than 3. It's 5 apparently. You can pick some answers. But if you want to pick Todd's favorite answers, they're here. It's entertaining, yes. Okay, so I hit that. Didn't do any of those, so I had 2 maybe. 3 if you count this. It was moving, I did do that. Did not do this one. I checked on Connor first. Wall is magic, victory hug. So I did all of these. Coffee beans. I did all of those just unintentionally. Okay. Tries to make the bad endings obviously easy to avoid, but I had quite a fun writing them. Because it was flammable. Check on Todd first to get information. Choose confuse them with. Yep, that's bad. Bad end in the storehouse, bad end in the wrong. Choose the poorly worded trope. Okay, it'll be interesting seeing how all those go. Anyway. That's Fetch Quest. It is 7:30, so I have half an hour here still. I guess we could go back into the Summit Library for a bit. We could go back into Hero Tome for a bit. I don't feel like doing Blobun. You know, maybe we'll just end it here for tonight. There's certainly a bunch of other games, but I don't want to like start something new with only half an hour left. So yeah, I think we'll end it here for tonight. Let's see. But yeah, hope y'all enjoyed. I know I did. It's always fun playing some of these games. And I'll probably play some more next Friday. We'll see if any of these other ones catch my interest. And again, I'll probably do some more Summit Library and Hero Tome offline. That could be the recording that I post next Wednesday. I don't know yet. But yeah, I haven't thought forward to next week. Obviously, Monday is a holiday. I don't feel like doing another 12-hour marathon. That was fun, but I think especially with my knee the way it is right now, I kind of just want to relax. I will stream something, but not a 12-hour thing. Um, I did just download Koromon earlier today, so I can go back to doing Pokemon likes on Mondays. I do need to go and look at new monsters just to get a few more achievements in. I think that might be fun. But yeah, that's all I got. I hope everyone has a good weekend. Good long weekend. Definitely enjoy the holiday. And yeah, should be fun. With that, I'll just ask everyone to do all the fun YouTube stuff again. Hit like if you like the video. Subscribe and ring the bell if you want to see more like this from me. I have a link down in the description to my Ko-fi. If you want to support me at all and help me play more games, it is always appreciated. And I will see y'all later. Bye.